So today I'm gonna test a new AI coding tool I've heard about. It's called Warp. And apparently it is really something very interesting to test. Just for the record, I'm using Cursor. It's been like 6 months now that I've been working exclusively with Cursor. I'm very happy with it. And I'm developing the production ready code for the startup I founded called Anantys. You can find the link below if you want to know more about that. It's a stock market analysis platform, an investment tracker actually, and 90% of the code is written with Cursor. Well, I should say 90% of the code is written by AI within Cursor, and I really like the fact that I can let GPT-5 or Gemini do the heavy work for me, but still keep control over the global code base. So that's why I really love developing with Cursor. But I'm quite interested into seeing what Warp has to offer. Apparently, it's kind of a new paradigm with a new UI. So I've never tested it, and in this video, I'm gonna test it using it to try to implement a feature I have to do in Anantys. So let's start. So, okay, the tutorial, but I don't want to do a tutorial. I want to go straight ahead in my real project. So this is a Next.js project. This is the web interface of our clients, the new app that we are going to put to production soon, hopefully beginning of next year, 2026. So first of all, let's begin setting up this project. Would you like to give me permission to index this code base? It allows me, of course. Yes, please index. Would you like to create a Warp MD file? Warp can create one for you with the project specific rules, context, conversion, inferred from your code base. Yes, let's do that. I guess it's gonna help the whole thing. So it's wrapping. Okay, now I think I get where the name comes from. Finding files that match the following patterns in the current directory. So it's gonna explore obviously the whole project architecture. So that's a Next.js project. That's the web interface of the app. It's quite interesting. It's like an onboarding process. It's like a new developer joined the team and they first have to explore the code base, see how it's organized. So basically Wrap is doing just that right now. Okay, so we can set it to run commands. Okay, I can accept if I trust it. So it is GPT-5, so that's a very good model. That's the best model so far that I've used in Cursor. When I want to write very good code, or if I have quite a complex bug to solve, I found out that GPT-5 is way better than all of the other models available right now. Maybe Gemini 2.5 Pro is very good, and I use it quite often as well for general purpose subjects. But whenever I really want to have quite a good code architecture or to implement something very well, I use GPT-5. And I also like that GPT-5 is less verbose. That's quite good. So where can I tell it to run commands? Execute commands. Always ask, always allow. Let's trust it. Okay, so this is the app. This is the demo account of the app. And I can edit a portfolio. So let's pick this portfolio. And so it's, of course, in development. So this is the Next.js app. I can switch to light mode, to dark mode. There are many features there. So I can add stocks here, for instance, meta. I could pick meta here. And what I want to fix is that you see that we have a header here with all kind of different KPIs about the portfolio. And we want to update that dynamically when there is a change that is applied to the portfolio. For instance, if I had 10 stocks of Meta acquired at, let's say, $600, you see that, for instance, the number of positions in my portfolio hasn't been updated. So that's a bug. So what I want, you see, once I've refreshed the page, the number of positions has been updated. obviously. And what I want is that I want the same kind of updates, but live. And another example, so let's say that I have not 3 Netflix stocks, but 10, let's say 805. So it has been updated, but the valuation didn't change. And if I refresh, the valuation is updated. So that's what I want to fix. This is the problem I have to solve today. So, copying from Jira. The total valuation, number of positions, average momentum, and all other KPIs featured in the portfolio health header when we edit a portfolio should be updated live. It finished. It's still investigating the code. It's taking quite some time to index everything. Okay, it's now looking at the Docker Compose files. It finished. So it created a wrap file. This file provides guidance to wrap when working with code in this repository. That's quite a very good idea. Okay, so it's like a master system prompt. Project Next.js 14, that's correct. App router frontend, yes. For Anantys Invest, use Next.js, Next-host, GWT via Flask backend, that's perfectly correct. Tailwind CSS. So example, so let's finish. This is my prompt, so I'm prompting it for what I want it to do. Examples, updating a position in the portfolio. Okay, so it's apparently it found the good files because the very file we want to edit is this one, portfolio health header. That's the component that we want. Exploring updates and performance. I'm assessing. Okay, so it's basically looking at the code right now. That makes sense. At this point, I have the feeling that programming this way is slower than with cursor. That's the first gut feeling I have at this point. I feel I'm more productive with cursor. But let's give it a try. Let's go up to the end. Okay, so we will see, but it looks it finished because I have a diff right now that I can explore. Okay, so let's see what it did. No, didn't move. I didn't accept. Okay, this is confusing for me because in cursor it's by default the change sets are applied. Apparently it's not the case here. Okay, so I had to accept chunk by chunk or diff by diff each of the step that it took, and I haven't understood that at the beginning because I'm used to cursor, and cursor it does the job one for all, and then you can test. So clearly, it's not in autopilot. You have to validate each of the changes. I'm not sure I like it at this point because cursor is very convenient. Or maybe I should tell it to do everything and to trust it. So what I like in the interface is that you have always, in the current branch, you see the number of lines added and number of lines deleted. So it created a new component, portfolio client. It's quite good. Maybe it found an opportunity to refactor the component and to split between client and server-side components. That's always good. That's what I have in my cursor rules, by the way. It's a bit long, but let's see. Maybe it will do a very good job. And if it is the case, then waiting a bit longer definitely is worth it. So what is the change set now? Use portfolio client to enable KPI updates. Okay. Use port. Apparently it finished. Summarizing changes and clarifications. Plan implemented. Live KPIs update and pending UI and portfolio edit. I wired the portfolio edit table to update the KPIs in the header live and show pending state while updates are persisted. What I changed? Live KPI propagation. Compact position table now emits on rules change. Fires whenever the table data changes. Typing, add, delete, merge, price refresh. Okay, so you see the compilation error we have. It's quite a really silly bug. Use client should be on top of the file of portfolio health header. So that's quite strange. And here I'm a bit puzzled because I don't know how I can edit my file here. So maybe that's because I don't know well enough this tool. Search file. Okay, so I want health header. Okay, great. And apparently use client is not, well, it should be like that. I save and I rebuild. Let's see. It looks better. Okay, so we will, okay, perfect. So now let's make sure, so I'm firing up the whole platform. I have all the web services, the web API stuff, the database, everything is fired through Docker Compose, and I should be able now to test it again. Okay, so we are here. So what we want to focus on is all those values. So I'm going to change the number of stocks I have about Microsoft. I will say it's not 15, it's 10. So valuation should go down, invested should go down, and probably performance as well, because I'm gonna modify the average price of my stocks. So let's say it's 400. Did it work? It was too fast. I don't know. So maybe an easier way would be to completely remove this line. So we are going to remove about 4K of valuation, 4K and a half of valuation. So from 15, we should go to something around 11,000. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it worked. It worked quite well. So deleting a position works. Let's add another position. For instance, I don't know, Nvidia, Tesla, Netflix, Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Let's say I have 10 stocks and I bought them at 235.23. Did it work? Yes, because we were around 11. We are now at 13 and a half. And Amazon is about 2K. That looks very good. 6 position out of 15. Is this correct? Yes, it looks, well, it seems everything is working actually. Is the momentum accurate? It doesn't look good here. The momentum is very low and we have very high values there. Apparently we have a bug here. Let's make it very simple. We will remove many of those lines. This is working very well. You see, this is the exact amount we have. Let's go to 10. Oxwell. Yeah, this is very good, but the momentum is completely buggy. So everything works except the momentum, where a strange bug appeared. It's new. So let's tell it. Let's tell it to fix this bug. Okay, everything is working, but we have a strange regression. The momentum value in the portfolio health header has a wrong value. It should be the average of all momentum of each position that we have in the table. Please investigate and fix that. So at this point, I have a strange feeling. I feel I am a bit slower than with cursor, and also I feel also that I have less control over what is happening. In cursor, I have a very good control over the code, and I feel that I can really see what I'm doing. Here, it's a bit less. I don't know. It's hard to explain because actually, as we can see on screen, we have the diff, but I feel that it's not as convenient, as easy to follow as with cursor. Maybe it's because I'm not very used to that interface. I don't know. Okay, so consider only actual occupied position for KPIs and momentum averaging. Ah, okay. I get it because you know the way the table is made is that we have empty rows that are hidden. And it used all of those rows to average. So it used many zeros. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm quite sure it has the solution here. So let's accept. That's quite an interesting part. Root cause, okay, so it's gonna explain the same thing, you will see. After adding live updates, the render started receiving all table rows, including empty draft rows, via portfolio client. Compute average momentum, average over these rows too. Draft empty rows have no asset momentum or often performance to zero, skewing the average downward. That makes perfect sense. Okay, no API or server change were needed. Want me to switch momentum to value weighted average instead of simple average? Yes, that is exactly what we should do. And in the backend, this is what is done. Yes, the right way to calculate the average momentum of a portfolio is a value weighted average. Please do that. I must say that it's very convenient to actually speak to the code editor. It's very interesting. It's quite refreshing, actually, to have a coding session like that. Maybe I will mix depending on the kind of subject I have to do. For instance, I have the feeling at this point that for fixing bugs, it's very convenient to use wrap because that's not the funniest thing to do, and it apparently works well. So compute average momentum is now replaced by compute value weighted momentum. Okay, very good naming. It seems it's done. Okay, so this way, this time I will trust it. I won't recompile, and let's test it right away. 29 of momentum, it looks good. So let's add new positions. Tesla, 5 stocks that I bought, let's say 410. Momentum 95, that looks very good. 99 plus 92 divided by 2. That should be the right way. But it should be average. So let's say that I have way more Tesla than Nvidia. Let's say I'm very rich and I have 250 stocks. And yes, the momentum goes down. So this is what we expect. The momentum is equal to the momentum of Tesla because the proportion of Tesla is way bigger than the proportion of Nvidia. And just so far, I'm quite impressed. I will put this ticket to review. Okay, so this is it for this little video. I wanted really to share my live reactions about using wrap. It's a very interesting development tool powered by AI. It's a step further towards automatic coding. I still don't know if I will adopt it entirely. I will probably still continue using cursor most of the time, but I have the feeling that once I have a bug, I will switch to wrap because it's very good apparently at identifying a complex source code and fixing bugs, because basically it did what I wanted it to do. So that's quite good. And probably for designing new features and organizing the code and architecturing stuff and designing the architecture of your code or a new feature you want to implement, probably Cursor is better for me because I still have a very good grasp on the source code hierarchy of my project. I see, well, I have more comfort editing the code and seeing each files and each directories and stuff like that. But when I'm in a bug hunting session, I feel that wrap is very, very good. So this is a first impression. If you are using Wrap, please leave a comment below. I would be very interested in seeing your thought about that. And if you want more information about what we do at Anantys, please heads up to anantys.com. We are launching next year, and we hope to provide a very modern and very good product for independent investors.